none of you out there actually meet him.
Oh!
Or on the anacondas, it'll just be with my pants down. So slap, slap.
Because nothing gets a girl in the mood more than teabagging her forehead.
Labia filled, nutsack filled, Loch Ness filled episode. If you are looking for a dead serious podcast with dry, humorless people, I'm afraid you are in the wrong place. This is Midnight Hollow, and we will dive into some weird, creepy, and downright strange stories with a twist of humor, bad puns, and a whole lot of laughs. So sit back and enjoy the podcast.
It's beginning to look a lot like cryptids everywhere you go.
That was beautiful.
That was actually really good. That was really
terrible.
good.
I feel like I've been touched.
So you might be thinking, what the hell is she singing about? Well, it's we're doing a 4-part series, and our first part is going to be about Loch Ness. Now, it's all going to be cryptozoology, and we're going to be picking different kind of genres of that, of cryptozoology. And the first one's going to be kind of water creatures, and Loch Ness is going to be our star. So I wanted to do serpents, but that would just be me in a bathtub.
No.
Gross.
Or on the anacondas, it'll just be with my pants down. So I don't know how that would go. Anyways.
Not well.
Terribly.
So, yeah, I'm going to go over what is happening in this episode so everyone can kind of brace for this. So obviously Loch Ness is going to be our star. We're also going to talk about creatures like Lusca with Ogopogo, kind of like Loch Ness too. It's just fun to say.
Yeah.
Champ a little bit because that's kind of Loch Ness of the Americas. And of course mermaids. And why are we talking about mermaids?
Because titties.
There we go. That's what I want to hear because titties.
I was going to say because life's a beach, but sure, we'll go with that.
And that too. Life's a beach. Then we have a few odds and ends stories, and then at the end we couldn't quite figure out which was going to be our premiere story at the end, our premiere article. So it's going to be a model turns her labia into jewelry. Yeah, that's what I said. And a woman color blends her boyfriend's face. No, her face.
Yes.
With her boyfriend's nutsack. I can't even I'm having a hard time. Woman color blends her face with her boyfriend's nutsack.
I was going to say, if he could do that to himself, what kind of a yoga class does he go to? Because I would like to go there.
I'm sure there's someone who can suck their own dick. They probably never leave their house.
Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't
He had
he
ribs removed.
Yeah,
well, that was
allegedly.
the theory. It was that he had, I don't know if it's true, he had ribs removed so he could suck his own dick.
Wow.
That's
And I have an
commitment.
extra rib, so
I
I'm
want
really
that
fucked.
kind of commitment in my relationships.
So we're gonna start up with Loch Ness, and kind of our Loch Ness person here is going to be Hazelnut over there. She's the one who wanted to do this one. So what you got for us there, Hazelnut?
So that's so weirdly. I mean, do you want me to do history or like recent sightings or
Whatever you feel
theories?
like. I would say kind of like a quick history so people can grasp that, and then sightings maybe. History and sightings kind of go together. And then probably maybe your theories, and we'll interject where we see the need to.
Okay. I mean, I don't really like talking all by myself, but anyone feel free to interject.
I'm
me,
sure
so.
we'll like join in. We're not just going to have dead silence.
Leave me to the wolves.
I'm going to take a nap. I'll talk to you guys in 10.
Okay, so the first recording of Loch Ness sightings of the monster was actually in, I think it was like the 500s. And there was a monk on his way to like visit one of the kings, and he stopped to confront a beast that was killing people in the lake. And it was actually St. Columba, I think it was. And then obviously the most famous sighting was in...
Well, hold on. I'm thinking that one in the 500s, the drawing was really fuzzy and they couldn't really make it out. Because that's how all the photos
Like
and video are
everyone
anyway. So I imagine if
thereafter.
he sketched it out, it'd be really fuzzy and no one would really know what
Exactly
it just
right.
looks like a bag of garbage floating in the water. But go on, sorry.
So obviously, like, the most famous sighting was in, I want to say 33 or 34. I can't remember when they actually took the photo. I want to say the
34.
photo
It's-
was in 34, but the
it the
sighting
surgeons?
was in 33. There was, like, a couple that claimed in 33 that to see an enormous animal, like, plunging on the lake of the surface. And then
Not
there was,
my
like,
pants.
a 20,000 pound reward to capture the beast, and then that's when the spoofed photo showed up a year later, but it wound up being like a wooden submarine and like a dinosaur neck in the photo. They like debunked it in the 90s.
Is that the surgeon's photograph?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, revelations in 94 that the 1934 photo was a hoax due to professional and amateur investigators of Loch Ness. In 75, Boston's Academy of Applied Science combined sonar and underwater photography to have like an expedition of the loch, and after enhancement appeared to show the flipper of like a plesiosaur-like creature. But in the 80s and 90s they did more, but they were inconclusive. And there's actually an entire website dedicated to official Loch Ness monster sightings, lochnessightings.com, and has like every year.
Is it a live feed of the loch?
It's not a live feed, but it's like from the 2000s onward, and it's like includes dates and like photos and stuff. So there's one, I want to say, in 2011.
You'd think that like by now, with everyone having like how many deer cams are up and running like 24/7, why isn't there one up all
on the
time?
loch? Yeah.
There's got to be, right? There's got to be a cam that's sitting on Loch Ness.
On lock.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Uh-huh. But really though, like why isn't that? Why?
Because it's Scotland.
Yeah.
Do they even have internet over there?
They do.
Yes.
I think they just got cars. I'm not sure.
Oh, you're the worst.
They do have a live cam.
They do on the lock.
Yes.
It's probably fuzzy and out of focus, right?
Yeah. LochNess.co.uk for anyone who's interested.
Didn't they like screen the lake or something, or they took samples?
Yes,
from the
they
lake?
did DNA samples. That was actually fairly recently, like the last 6 months. And they come to the conclusion that if there was anything in it of that size, it was long, long, long gone.
So Scotland actually like wrote like a plan if Nessie was ever found in like 2001 as to what they would do. And they reported they would quote unquote dust off the plan if the fabled beast would actually be discovered.
I wonder what they would do. Well, I mean, just
Well,
promote the shit out of
I
it.
can read it to you.
Yeah.
Can read.
I'll read
It says they would take a DNA sample so they could study Nessie, and then it would be put back in the loch and basically be placed under conservation so no one would bother it.
Oh shit! They think they like actually captured. I thought it like we have an official sighting. We've actually seen it, not actually catch the damn thing.
No, like if they actually caught Nessie, this is the plan as to what they would do.
This was the plan.
Yep.
That's a fantastic plan. That's
Oh,
probably
boy.
over about 20 pints of ale, but that's a good, fantastic plan.
I think it's cool they have a contingency plan, though. You know what I mean?
Don't they also have a reward or something, like a $1 million reward or something for legitimate?
Well, I was gonna say, does that $20,000 they said whenever
Pounds in the 30s,
in
yeah.
the 30s, does that increase with inflation?
Oh, I
I
hope
hope
so.
$5 caught Loch Ness.
I'll throw in a Snickers bar.
I think Jeremy Wade tried to catch Loch Ness too.
He did.
As we have heard, I am a very big Jeremy Wade fan. I love me some river monsters.
He is a good looking.
He is a
British
good looking.
man.
Yeah, he sounds great. He looks
He
great.
is
They amp
He's
up the
dreamy.
music on that
How do you
so
feel,
that you're
Jen?
like
warm.
Oh, Jim, no.
gross.
No.
Oh yeah. So what are some ideas? What do you think this actually is? Like all these sightings and everything, besides like bags of garbage floating in the water that drunk people take pictures of. Wait, no, drug dealers. I'm sorry, it was drug dealers.
It was
wasn't
a drug dealer. Like,
It's always
well,
drug
we said
dealers.
it was because he had a burner phone, which was like a speculation. We don't really know that he did have a burger.
I kind of like that.
A burner
though.
phone.
I like that way of, because we do have some on the Wicca.
I feel like I feel like now it's garbage or like sticks or something. I'm sure there are people like photoshopping left and right, but I feel like back in the day it was probably just like snakes, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's a huge snake! Look at that monster!" And someone was like,
If
"Monster."
I had a nickel for every time I heard that,
You would
No.
have no
I would have like
nickels.
No.
no cents, and I'd just
You'd
be
have
naked
0 cents,
with
yeah.
a flaccid penis.
You'd actually owe people money.
Yes.
Some of these are pretty outrageous, like an elephant.
An elephant.
Because, they're native
They can
to
swim.
Scotland. What?
Well, they have
It's that
palm
trunk. Not the. They just saw the trunk. They didn't see the rest of the elephant swimming. It was just the trunk.
Yeah, 'cause-
weaving in and out of the water.
Can an elephant really swim? It's like 2
Yes.
tons, isn't it?
They can.
Yeah.
I don't know about like underwater, unless they had their trunk in the air, but
That's how
They
you
can definitely
snorkel. Is they just
Yeah,
put it
right?
up.
But how?
They swim.
Let's be real. How many elephants are really in Scotland other than maybe in zoos?
Okay, well, I don't want to be politically incorrect and call some mean names, but
You're going to anyway.
there may be some people that look like elephants in Scotland.
Yeah, with the long trunk. Well, a long trunk could be.
Mm-hmm.
They could do some real damage in porno.
wow.
But yeah, they also said bird wakes.
Wigs.
Bird wakes, like birds would be
Like
flying
on the
across
water.
it and make a ripple to make it look like it's eels, which kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Eels
they did
don't
say
go
that
to the top, do they?
occasionally, but did they find eels here? That's the thing. Like
They
these are great,
do.
but are like
But
elephants.
that's not large either. Like,
I mean, eels is more plausible than elephants, I would think.
It's
Yeah.
like, oops, where did my elephant go? Oh, went down to Loch Ness. Oh, okay. What?
The Elephant Went to Loch Ness is like a good drinking song title.
They're probably singing it right now over in the land of the Scots. Wells catfish. Now, I've
That's
heard of
Jeremy Wade.
I've heard that before. That's like a very large fish.
But it's a catfish. How does that look like a serpent-y monster?
Yeah, a lot of it has. Well, they got trees, sacks and wakes,
Sacks. Like Fifth
nut sacks
Avenue?
and wakes.
Nut sacks.
See what you
So
did
someone
there?
was teabagging it. Optical effects, which kind of makes sense.
It's a little serpenty.
Seismic gas.
Gas.
That's me on my way home tonight.
That's
Then
bad.
From the Lunchables.
yes, I think so. And the yogurt's
Aw.
helping me plug it up for a little bit. Anyway,
I thought you were supposed to help you go. Probiotics.
so Ed, what else you got for us? And did you want to go over anything else in regards to this?
I mean, I don't think it's really either of those things. I mean, I think probably the most plausible of those is an eel. Some people think it's like a plesiosaur, like something from the Mesozoic or whatever era.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so because it's like cold-blooded, so Scotland does get kind of cold at times unless you're like in that arid section where they grow palm trees and shit. I think some people think it's like a weird sort of whale.
Oh,
Like a sperm
that
whale?
comes in and out of the lock?
Yeah.
That would make some sense.
That would make, I would think, the most sense.
Yeah, like if there's like an underground river or something that we don't know
There is.
about.
There's
they're
actually a
just sort of-
connection to the
yeah.
ocean, or there was at one point. That's why it became such a hit, because there was the possibility. There's a connection between the loch and some other body of water. And
Maybe it moved out.
I mean, that's one of the things too. It could be that it moved out, but the problem I have is there is absolutely no true evidence.
Yeah.
And even the DNA evidence is now saying, well, if it did, it hasn't lived in there for a long time.
Which makes the most sense that there was only one, and how could it reproduce
So, yeah, maybe it's dead on the bottom of the loch.
Oh, don't say that.
and decompose, most likely.
And they can't see anything because it's
You're
brutal
ruin-
down there.
You're ruining my happiness.
I know, I'm
You see what I
busting
did there?
bubbles.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Ruining happy now.
Loch Ness.
Oh.
Happiness.
I feel like there was a possibility that it could have been a thing at one point. Seeing as how like every country talks about like a sea serpent at one point in
In my
time.
pants.
But like what
No.
else?
I knew
Oh,
you were
God.
going to say that. Everything comes right back around to Jim's penis.
Or boobies.
Or t-
Or Jim's boobies.
Tic Tac nipples.
My furry Tic Tac nipples, yes.
I hope none of you out there actually meet him.
Oh, Lisa being savage over here.
I wonder if you ever do meet someone that has heard you podcasting and they're like, why do I like you sound familiar, but I don't know where you're from.
Oh, the
Do you know
guy
what
who
I
talks
mean?
And
about his penis.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know. And I'm feeling ill. Why am I feeling ill? I don't feel
Flaccid
good.
Penis man. That's me.
So, if you thought it was something, Hazelnut, what would you think it was? At one point, if it was true and it was in there, what would you think it would be? Would it be a mistaken thing, or would it actually be something?
If it was a standalone, I would say probably like a fluke thing, but you got Champ, you got all these other countries talking about sea creatures, like Nikki said, so I think it was definitely something.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, well, we don't really know the lifespan on it because we don't know what it is, but I don't think it would have survived like 1,000 years.
Right.
And if so, like, that'd be cool, right? Like, I want to hang out with it and be its friend.
Do we know how long dinosaurs lived?
No.
Or lived? Or like from birth to death? What was their...
Well, I
A
wasn't there,
dinosaur?
Jim.
About 5 movies.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh,
No, well, that's actually fairly
Ducky.
accurate.
Why would you do that
Where's
to me?
Ducky?
Feelings.
Would you think it would be like a long lost dinosaur relative or something? Or was it just like a big fucking eel or a whale?
Can I say a combination of both?
Like
A whaleosaurus.
A whaleosaurus, yeah.
a whaleosaurus. That sounds like a
Well,
movie
when you
on
think
Sci-Fi
about how
Channel.
deep the ocean is, and the Amazon, like there's a lot of
Shit.
like
Yeah.
nature that we don't really know about. So it could have just been something from like the depths of the ocean that got stuck and then it found its way out. That's my theory.
Have any of the claims since 1934 through modern times, have they been substantiated in any way, or have they been all proven false for the most part?
Other than the sonar, that's it. That's the only thing. Other than that, everything can be kind of poo-pooed on.
Maybe it's a water dragon.
Hopefully.
That's the other thing. So I feel like mermaids and dragons and sea serpents, like everyone in every single culture has like records of these. So there has to be some like, how do they all think that they look the exact same and have like similar
internet.
capabilities?
The internet.
Yeah, they
The
didn't have
internet
that
from like
then.
the
Yeah.
500s. Okay.
But like, there had to have been something that was like out there for all of the same cultures to have the same kind of knowledge. Same as like the pyramids, how everyone had
Pyramids
a
and
pyramid.
God. All of their gods are all very similar. If you look through history and all the different religions, they're all very close to the same. I'm not saying it's aliens. But it's aliens, I'm just saying.
I definitely heard that as I'm not saying it's Italian.
I heard that too. I was like, are you being
Yeah.
racist right
He is.
No,
The
that wouldn't be
gods,
racist. That'd be like
Italians.
now? Culturist?
that'd be pimping the Italians.
I'm gonna make a new meme and it's gonna be your face, like the aliens guy, but it's just gonna say Italians under it.
I gotta admit, I have a picture. I've actually created a picture where I was in it, and then what's his Sukalos or whatever his name is?
know.
Because I didn't cut my hair for way too long.
Oh my
and
God.
I teased it up, and I looked. The fact that he's like orange or like super
Yeah.
tan all the time, we were almost identical. And of course, I don't think it's aliens, but it is aliens.
It is.
You need to stop talking about these awesome pictures unless you're about to bring them
Yeah,
in
you
and
need
put them
to
on
give
the
it to us so
podcast.
we can put
All
Italians
right, dick
on
pics
it.
for everyone.
No.
Did you have an afro in high school?
No.
He had a mullet.
I had a mullet, and I did get a perm.
What about a rat tail?
No, never a rat tail. I did get a perm, and the only reason I did that is because I want to get laid. Girl said I look cute in a perm. I go, would you go on a date with us? She goes, yes. I got a perm, went on a date, and got laid. That's great.
But it wasn't anything
Was
permanent.
it repetitive though, or was it like a one and done? Like, was it worth the perm?
Oh, yeah, definitely worth the perm. She
How
was
long
crazy.
was your perm? Like, how long does that...
Oh, I don't remember how long it lasted, but she was definitely worth it. She was.
It lasted probably like 5 minutes.
Probably.
Well, the first time I got like muggy, it's like freaked out. And
That's not what I meant.
oh, me?
Oh, Jim.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
All right,
little
I'll take that. 5 minutes. I'm good with that. That's more than what usually people give me.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's fine.
say, I feel like that's being a little generous.
I know. It's like, really? 5 minutes?
With the perm like enhanced that confidence.
All
Okay,
those chemicals
I'll
in
give
my
you
head. All right, so we have like Lusca, which is octopus.
Octopussoir.
It's a giant octopus that was back in the late 1800s. They had reports of octopi.
Yes.
Puss pie. It's all about the
It is
vagina
pie.
when it comes to that. Puss pie. Puss pie.
That sounds like a
That's-
cute name, like a little like a sweetheart name.
Come
Come here, my
puss
little
pie.
puss pie.
Or something
Don't get hangry.
Hershey's is going to come out with. Puss pie in 3 flavors.
I got a guy at Hershey. I could make that
I already,
happen.
I have that.
And this is around the Caribbean. No one ever really. The reason it really came about is there's a carcass that actually got washed up on shore in the Caribbean, and it was kind of ripped to shreds, and it kind of resembled an octopus, and it was ginormous. It ended up just being a sperm whale that probably, I don't know, went the wrong way and got himself fucked up and up on shore.
Poor guy.
But back in the day, they were like, oh my God, it's a huge octopus. And then they gave it a name, which is Lusca, which I don't really know what that means, but whatever. And then there's also ones called like Bloop, was another large octopus they thought. Chick-charney, Globster.
What's a globster?
They're all names for like legendary octopi.
I believe in the Kraken.
Hell yes.
I will tonight when I go in the bathroom.
No.
I get it. I don't even know why I sounded like that. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get home.
Are you doing an impression of yourself that's completely inaccurate?
I know. It's like I'm imploding trying to do an impression of myself.
I believe in the Kraken. I think that there is a Kraken out there. For sure.
I'm just gonna leave that alone. There's 390 million Kraken in the United States, but anyways, so the other one is Ogopogo, and I only picked that because it sounds funny, and I know Josh Gates went after it. Obviously didn't find anything, but this is the lake demon. I guess that's what it stands for. It's Canadian folklore. It's supposed to be like 40 to 50 feet long. It's very comparable. There's been some reportings, but it very much like Loch Ness. The reason Josh Gates went there, someone had cell phone video of it, and
from recently.
I believe it was 2011.
Yeah.
2011, and it's very poor quality. They could send it to these experts, and they're going, well, we probably could do something if it wasn't like a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. He goes, this has been at least recopied 7 times.
So a Kanye West song.
Yes. But
come at me. Can you imagine if I get into like a huge Twitter beef with like Kanye West now?
That'd be awesome.
He's gonna find you, man. He's got peeps.
Illuminati.
And if you haven't seen Destination Truth, you probably have to buy it because I can't find anyone without buying it. But it's really good. It's addictive. And we saved the best for last, and that's mermaids. So I know that, Nikki, I know you were mentioning mermaids before. Monkey mermaids, were they?
Yeah.
What are I meant to ask you about that before. What is a monkey mermaid?
So like when they do Monster Week on Animal Planet.
Okay.
Copyright, like don't sue me, whatever. They had like you know how every year they have like the mockumentary, and they had like the Bigfoot one. They had I don't know, they have different ones every week, but they did like a mermaid one. The theory is that like when man was evolving from ape, some of the people were evolving to be on land because they were inland, and then like the other people were evolving to adapt to living in the sea because there were so many like coastal people who used the sea to get food and tools and everything like that. So it was mostly like people also evolved to live in the sea from primates. They like lost their fur and they gained fat and they gained like the ability to breathe underwater like slowly over time, and like learned how to hold their breath for longer. And basically that mermaids were formed alongside like men being formed because people were using the sea so much, and that a lot of traits that people have now are also traits that work very well with water.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they say that infants can swim.
Yeah. That's how I learned to swim, by the way. My mom's dad is Sicilian and like immigrated here, and so that's how like she learned to swim. So when I was like 6 months old, she just like dropped me in the pool and I swam, and I've been swimming ever since. And that's like how everyone like taught their kids to swim, is they just drop them in as babies, and babies are like, oh, and they float up and then they just have fun because they don't have like that fear complex of the water.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, and how when your fingertips and your feet wrinkle, it's so you can grip onto things better underwater.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dropping some knowledge on us.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of things that people have like speculated that have been like, well, this would be better if we were living in water, but like basically that we developed these traits because we're supposed to be in the water, and that mermaids were just kind of like got extra traits. And so they're not like beautiful like human-y people. They look more like Neanderthal-y.
What about their boobs? Do they have nice boobs?
I'm sure they do, because if you think about the fat retention that you need to have in cold water, you gotta have some
perky.
Big boobs, and they have to store a lot of
That's
milk
disgusting.
because you have little baby mermaids.
I feel uncomfortable looking at you while you're getting so excited about this.
Yes.
He's turning
But then you
bright
also
red.
are like, you don't know if they have tails or not. You would assume that they do.
Yeah, or
But
their
you never
legs
know.
adapted in some way to give them like a fin or something.
Yeah, like longer feet or something like that. I don't know. That's like a theory. I don't know if it's up anywhere, but it is an Animal Planet documentary or mockumentary, and they had like fake footage in there. Now, like side note, my dad is he likes his theories. But also he's a good amount of gullible. And so like he caught the documentary on when it was in the Animal Planet, and for like weeks he was like, did you hear that mermaids were real? And he's like,
Oh, you didn't know the context.
he did not
behind
know
it.
that it was a mockumentary and believed 100% that's what it was. When they do like the Sasquatchy ones where they're like, we caught Sasquatch, and then like some idiot went to feed him and forgot to lock the cage and it got out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that fucking idiot didn't lock the cage and Sasquatch got out? And I'm like, Dad, it's not a real movie. And he's like, they have footage. And I'm like, Dad, it's not a real movie.
Never show him Blair Witch Project.
He did.
He would lose his shit.
He thought it was real for like a year, and then he was like, I went to the site and the site's down. Why is the site down? Because of the government. And I was like, Dad, like that's like part of the movie. And he for like a year was like, why do people keep going there? If they know this is what's happening, why are people still going there? Why can't they stop going? Like, this is happening, why aren't people stopping them? And I'm like, because it's a fucking movie, Dad. And he like would not believe that it wasn't real for maybe like 2 years. It was really
about a
funny.
week.
Yeah.
Because I read about it briefly, and my girlfriend at the time, she's like, oh, we'll go see it, because I guess they found footage and they kind of pieced it together and they're putting a movie together. I'm like, oh, so I went to see it. We left going, holy
What
fuck.
the fuck?
And then
Yeah.
after a couple days, I'm like, wait a second.
There's no
and
way.
then I looked more, I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. But
They
it
marketed
was.
it so well
Yes.
to be like, it's real. And then like they did, I do remember they had the site and they had the notice that it was like taken down because of this. And like it was like an open case or something. So people would be like, oh shit, it is a real thing. And like my dad fell for it. And I was just kind of
I
like,
think I did too for the initial, right when I went there. And then afterwards, I'm like, wait a second. And then I
no.
realized, oh, okay, this is...
Megalodon, when they have like the series about like megalodons, he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, Dad, stop watching these things.
Or at least watch the prefix or preface to let you know that this isn't...
Any conspiracy theory, he's in on it. He's like, yes.
That being said, though, Bigfoots are actually real.
They are real.
They are
Totally real.
But Bigfoot's isn't just
squatchy.
Bigfoots. It's also Yeti and
Why
stuff
not Littlefoots?
That's true.
Why not Tiny Feets?
The babies. That
There
can't
aren't
be-
there like little, there are legends of like little
Pygmies.
pygmy, Bigfoot looking.
Yeah, because I'm
creatures.
positive Josh Gates went after those. Because in the second season on, he would like have like a sketch drawing and go over like, okay,
Yeah.
it's this tall, it does
Yeah.
this. And I'm positive. I watch it twice through. And there definitely something like that on there. So
Like, why would they have to be big?
They aren't.
Makes it
There's
scarier.
some that have been reported, and the one in Asia, I'm Googling the name because I
Yeah.
think it's called orang pendek or
Yeah.
something like that. I'll have to
I
clarify
think you're
that.
right.
Yeah.
They're like
Orang
3 to 4 feet tall. So they're shorter than the average human, but they're the Asian Bigfoot.
That would make sense.
I
It
wonder
is
if they make cars cheaper.
But that's for another episode.
Stop it.
We'll save that.
Well, anything else we want to add to water creatures before
Um,
we get into our last couple stories?
We'll find. I'm sure we'll find more water creatures.
All right, Nessie, if you're listening, which you're probably not, drop me a line.
There's
Go
so
grab a
many-
beer sometime.
There's so many problems with that.
If
Just
anyone,
let it happen.
Okay.
if anyone,
Let it happen, Nikki.
That's what rapists say.
if anyone listening has any
Right.
to know about,
What the
Is there life
hell?
out there?
please submit
Wow, that
them.
went just sideways quick. Oh, that's what rapists say. What?
I was not paying attention to what you were saying.
There, Nikki found a good article about the forbidden destinations. It does
My
sound like a soap
vagina.
opera.
I was just like,
What's that?
you're a forbidden destination.
My forbidden destinations.
Mine's not very forbidden, but
no, we know.
like Snake Island in Brazil. There's Snake Island in my pants.
There it is.
Lascaux Cave,
Oh.
something that's in French, caves, France. So those are just a few. We'll have a link for you guys to look through it. Of course, Area 51. I'm kind of tired of Area 51.
There's that like exclusive camps that all the presidents went to.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
In California. We should do another episode about
We should go
that.
there. We gotta go.
I don't think women are allowed. We'd probably be shocked.
You are if you're a server.
Oh, good. We could sneak in.
Yeah.
And like a short skirt. I'm sure they'll let us.
A French maid outfit.
Yeah.
So that was
So a normal Wednesday night for me.
the forbidden destinations that will be on the site. Also, zombie worms. I believe Lisa, you came up with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, because it terrified me.
Yeah, when I'm asleep.
What?
No. No.
Ew.
You're disgusting.
I like that it took a 5 seconds. Like, what? No. That's it's actually really interesting. There's other things in regards to this too that's coming. I think Matt posted something too similar to this. It's just ancient roundworms allegedly resurrected from
Matt-
Russian permafrost.
Matt
Roundworms.
posted the one about all of the diseases that are being uncovered on animals that are buried deep beneath the permafrost. And the
Oh.
permafrost
Awesome.
is melting, and these animals that have the
Plague.
black plague
Oh shit.
on them
Time
Well,
to
are
we're
start
slowly
prepping,
being
guys.
uncovered.
Oh, that's fantastic.
In case you didn't want to sleep tonight.
I did not. Thank you, Lisa.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Appreciate that. Yeah. That will also be on the on the website. Now, we have our dual thread here, and I think we're going to lead off with. I think we're going to do the nutsack one first because the labia one's a little more intense.
Oh, God.
So, woman, I just hard saying this, but I think how did that go around in her head that like, hey, let's try this. I got this. Let me see your nutsack. Now teabag me. How
It
does this work?
actually says that he did place his nuts on her forehead. And she was like, I wonder if this would blend my makeup, haha. So then she, like, tried.
Very
Which makes me
literal
be
couple.
like, what? Yeah, why is your boyfriend just, like, talking to you and randomly putting his balls on your forehead? And that you're so calmly just like, yeah, so how was your day? I wonder if this would really work. Like, and
Oh,
you were
thanks
like,
for the
fine.
nutsack on the forehead, honey.
He must have really clean nuts
Yeah.
for her not to mind.
I know, like, oh, are we having cheese for dinner? No, it's my nuts.
Oh, gross.
Anyways,
I feel like that's where the sanitary line gets crossed.
The smells.
The smells.
the eternal search for the latest cosmetic secret just took a really weird turn. A video of a Florida woman using her
Of course it was
boyfriend's...
Florida. Sorry to say, guys.
Yes, that's true.
Because
It's always-
Florida.
I totally did it wrong. I should have said video of a what woman?
Florida.
Florida!
We should have a corner, a Florida corner, which is weird shit people do in Florida.
There's actually a website. I know there's
The guy
that
with the string
Florida...
meme. Like, that's us. We're like, Florida.
So I hate when boyfriend's testicles. It's the nutsack. It's more the scrotum than testicles.
Right. It's not like the little,
Yeah, that's why I hate when they... Anyways,
it's the ball skin.
yes.
If you guys didn't know
It's
what
the
we're
brain.
talking about.
Because it looks like a brain.
Not the pinky.
Yeah. It's the punching bag.
Aw, our two stories with the labia and the nutsack could be pinky in the brain.
Pinky in the brain. That's Loch Ness and Pinky in the brain.
Yeah. No one else will get that.
So, a woman using her boyfriend's testicles as a beauty blender has gone viral because, well, it is nuts. I didn't
Aw,
write that, by the
nuts.
way. I didn't write that. I never in a million years imagined it would get this much attention. Really? Having a nutsack on your head, you don't think that's going to get attention?
Only if you publish it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Juna Hines told the Huffington Post on Monday, it's definitely been a crazy experience. Imagine getting that call. Excuse me, ma'am, can you talk about the nutsack on your forehead? Oh, yeah, I'm all about that. Hines posted the clip on Twitter Saturday. It was reported by BuzzFeed on Monday, and now we could be looking at gonads. Gonads, really? You're going with gonads now? The scrotum, too, technically. Yes, it's a scrotum. I'm yelling at the screen. As a revolutionary leap in makeup application, I'm sure this is going to, it's going to be the new challenge. The teabag forehead challenge instead of eating
I bet tons of guys are like, honey, no, it's a real thing. Let me try it. I saw it. Sephora's going to do it real soon.
And they got some skin cream for you, too. To
a
be
nice
honest.
facial.
Well, that's where I was going with that. I was hoping someone picked up on it. I obviously only did it on my forehead.
Only.
To be honest, it worked surprisingly well. I didn't even need to fix it after the beauty blender or anything, so it's safe to say it worked successfully. She's 18 years old.
Yeah. No one over the age of 22 with their brain fully developed would do this.
I just figured someone who smoked a lot of weed or did a lot of drugs or something, not 18.
Does this count as animal testing?
It could.
Depends on the guy.
Told BuzzFeed she got the idea when boyfriend Damon Richards, 20, began placing his boys on her head as a joke, and she wondered aloud what it would be like to use them as a beauty blender. I don't think that's the whole point of it. I'm sure he was like, hey, you in the mood, babe? Slap, slap. Slap.
Because nothing gets a girl in the mood more than teabagging her forehead.
When she just put on her foundation.
Oh, man, I'd be pissed.
Right,
I'd be like, do you know how much money that is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I bet her frame of thinking was just, they kind of have the same shape to them. So I'll try
It's the blotting
And
motion.
I didn't want to clean my beauty blender.
Ew.
Yeah, honey, I'm in a pinch here. My beauty blender, I have to clean it. I got to go in a minute. Can you pull down your pants? Okay. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Like how I understand like how she said it, but it's like how did you get to that point?
Yeah, how'd you make that connection?
Like, I can use it as a beauty blender. Like obviously you can't be turning her on.
No.
Because she's thinking about, what should I have for dinner? Oh, beauty blender. Hey, this might work for a beauty blender.
I think it was when everyone was testing all those crazy different things. Remember when that was a trend where people were using, like, putting their beauty blenders in, like, condoms and then using an egg, like a hard-boiled egg as a beauty blender.
Ew.
Yeah, people...
I vaguely remember
There was,
this.
like, a month where everyone was, like, trying... When, like, the silly sponge came out, the silicone one, and then everyone started trying everything as a beauty blender and seeing if it would work. I bet it was like during that like awkward period of time where everyone's like, would this work as a beauty blender?
Well,
Maybe she was watching
at that point.
videos.
We've all gone downhill after Trump became president, haven't we? Wonder how it'll work as a beauty blender.
All right, and we're gonna end on a wonderful artistic endeavor. Thank you. That's
welcome.
good. And the title reads British. Oh wow, she likes to show her. Wow,
That's
fake.
that's a different ad. That's different. I saw that too with the boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's a different story.
Say, well, no, that's her.
Is it?
Yeah, she's got some nasty fake tits.
I saw it and it said like her GoFundMe was taken down.
I wonder why. GoFundMe, because I'm gonna rip off part of my ass cheek and make it a luggage or something. British model turns pieces of her labia into designer jewelry.
This is actually an endearing story.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely.
I would call it a kiss on the lips.
Oh my God, Nikki.
Come on, Anna. Don't be a pussy. She's going. She's going public with a necklace made from her privates. Don't give me that look. You know
You
that
don't
was
tell
good.
me what to do.
You know my dad. Jewelry should always reflect one's personal style. I mean, that's one way of looking at it.
Can we clarify, though, that she underwent a labiaplasty in part to remove a cyst that doctors said was caused by friction in the area?
She couldn't get a friction in the area.
It could be, listen, jeans are real tight these days.
Oh, that's true.
And some of us like to go commando.
But-
so
Do we?
yes.
So her necklace is not only a labia, it's a cyst, too. It's a cyst in her labia. That's her.
Gross.
That's wonderful. That makes it even better. It might even raise the price. In the case of British mom's Tracy Kiss, yes, that's her name, and what the fuck, Tracy Kiss, it also it does something to her private parts. Memorializes. Like, why can't I say that?
I don't know.
Earlier this year, the model turned fashion blogger. I like how they just kind of put that all together like one word. And then she decided, hey, you know what? This is 2018. Why don't I put it on all the fucking social media? I just got half my pussy cut off. My meat hangers are now no longer hanging. My meat flaps are
Hashtag designer vagina.
batten down the hatches, so to speak.
There has to be a better pun for that.
Now Kiss is adding another wrinkle to the story.
Oh.
Turns out she saved some of the parts removed during this surgery and turned them into it's a choker?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's even worse. I could, hanging down here, it's like real close to the mouth and and in her hashtags, this is, what do you think of my hashtag bespoke? What is that?
Bespoke?
Bespoke. Hashtag crystal. Hashtag labia.
Urban
And hashtag
Dictionary should tell me.
necklace, my darlings.
Maybe Bespoke is the brand that made her necklace, the company.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just assuming she grabs a part and slaps it onto a necklace.
Yeah, like she
and
got a
says-
hot glue gun and was like, let's get this on here.
I mean, but then you understand, I'm like, oh yeah, she probably wouldn't have done that.
No.
She's not that gross. Hashtag designer vagina and hashtag circumcision. Well, lady, no, that's
guess.
not. And then, of course, hashtag girl power. Oh, Lord. I'm
Pussy
just
power.
kind of glancing through the rest of this. Okay, so Kiss decided to make labia heirloom as a trophy for overcoming the pain the experience had caused her. At what level? Like just wearing tight pants or getting boned?
I'm wondering, I mean, there's a lot of, like, criticism for, like, non-conformed lips, too.
Like hangers?
Yeah.
Meat flaps?
Yes.
Arby's? Anyways, I also have my old breast implants, too. I'm afraid to continue because I don't know what she did with these. Made them into pillows, put them for headlights in her car. She told the Metro, unfortunately, the surgical fluid they were stored in turned them gray, so I wanted a long-term option of preservation. The skin around Kiss's sex organ, that's hard to say, Kiss's sex organ, also turned gray from the surgical fluid. As the graphic video below shows, she perked things up by covering the leftover labia in glue. I think she did do this on her own.
Did she?
I think this was a DIY.
A DIY labia necklace? Why couldn't you just, I mean, I guess you could just sculpt it out of, like, clay.
Yeah, like
Wasn't there a Cinnabite that had, like, a neck? A neck mouth? Do you know what I mean?
Her face is awesome. I think she's gagging a little. Like Lisa, I think is getting to some of the bad parts.
Do you know what I'm
I just
talking
googled
about?
what
though?
it looked
Okay,
like.
no.
You're not a Hellraiser person?
No.
Okay, so type in Cenobite.
If I pulled down a girl's pants and it looked like that, I would.
And you would do the same thing.
I'd be Usain Bolt. I'd be the fastest man on the planet getting the hell out of there. All in all, yeah, she finished her choker about a month ago and currently wears it around her neck with pride. So yeah, she did. This was a DIY. All in all, I'm really pleased with my pendant, she wrote on a blog. I got the idea from someone named Anna Hazelnut.
No.
What?
No.
What is that?
Don't even go there.
Okay. I was seeing if you're paying attention.
I am paying
Because
attention.
I think Lisa's going to puke in a second.
She dried it out with a hair dryer.
What?
She's so nifty. Look at that.
Crafty.
And I covered
She
it
is
with
crafty. Not only did she make it
Oh.
herself,
That makes it so much better.
glitter. Covered it in glitter because that's what you do to things.
I want her to have like endorsement deals on her blog in which it's like, I used this hair dryer and like that's the brand. It's the recommendation.
Post-air hair dryer for
Yeah.
my labia. Nothing but the best.
I covered it in this glitter lipstick, and then it's just like a brand endorsement everywhere.
Imagine being attached to that endorsement.
She chose a pink glitter. Oh,
Shocking.
orange glitter.
Orange glitter?
Orange glitter.
That's a bold choice.
Oh, she painted it a metallic red.
Metallic red labia.
Yeah, with orange glitter.
The picture doesn't look red. It looks like a back end of an armadillo.
How do you know what that looks like?
Okay, that's like no
Jim
wonder you
watches.
get the thing I'm looking at just looks like a normal pendant with like a snail stuck to it. That looks like it's been shredded.
That's the glitter.
Okay. Yeah, it does. Maybe it kind of looks like a walnut that someone stepped on. And we'll have that picture. In fact, it might actually be the main feature image of our podcast. Its contents may not be immediately obvious to the unsuspecting eye, or to everyone,
Like every other vagina.
or to everybody's taste, but that's the beauty of it. Kiss is no stranger to using body parts, oh boy, or bodily fluids for fashion statements. Oh no, this is what you were talking about, Nikki. November 2015, she went viral for a video extolling the supposed benefits of sperm facials.
Weird.
I'm not even clicking that.
That just sounds like someone was trying to dupe her and she fell for it.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, honey, you know what I heard?
The amount of weird stuff in facials, though. There are.
I have a snail.
Yeah.
Or a
The
mask.
snail ones are good.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I ordered from a Japanese site.
They work really well. They're
J
nice.
Beauty and K Beauty stuff, and they sent me one for free.
I had a duck's egg face mask, and it was like the best.
Really?
It was a sheet mask, and it was so good.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, the snail stuff works. It's good.
Does it smell weird?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, good.
No, it smells like spa. Like they smell like spa masks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I had another one that was like just a face cream that you put on that had the snail stuff in it, too. And then those birds' nests they use for soup because all the collagen, because they build them with their spit. I had a mask with that shit in it too, and that one was good
Sounds
too.
appealing.
Yeah, they put they have a lot of weird face masks, and I always want to try them because I'm like, could it work?
We should try them all.
Yeah,
And we'll report back. We could have another corner about all of
a
the
bizarre
weird
beauty
corner. Yes, we're trying to make your podcast more interesting.
Anna,
Not that it's
besides the
not.
fact that you
Sorry.
came up with the idea for the necklace, do you have anything to add to this lovely labia-filled, nutsack-filled, Loch Ness-filled episode?
I just have no words. I mean, after we sort of petered off, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like, what? Like, I do every podcast,
Petered.
I'm like, what happened?
Petered off, huh?
petered
Yeah.
like that guy's nutsack.
How about you, Lisa? Do you got anything to add? Anything you want to throw in there?
I really like my weird mask corner idea.
So that's what you're going to throw in there? Just hope it doesn't create a cyst? Could you throw it in there too many times?
Assist.
I'm going to assist you with that.
Gross.
You're terrible.
I am. And Nikki?
Moving on.
Nikki?
I'm getting a little testy over here.
That's why I waited to the end. That was a good one.
Oh, it was a good finish.
Ba-doom-cha.
I've had
Where's
better.
your app? Where's your app?
I know.
That's because you're the nut.
You're not wrong, though.
No.
All right, so I've been kicking around the ending for this, and we wanted to kind of fit something with like Midnight Holla for $5 or something, but I haven't quite worked it out yet. So it's still going to be, if you're not going to swallow, you might as well Midnight Hollow, or contact this Kiss lady and she can get a free facial.
Midnight Holla.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone. The 3 people.